Tell me there's a better podcast. Go ahead. Try. I can sum it up in two glorious comic nerd words. Panel Pals.
Oh, welcome to a very special episode of the Panel Pals. I'm Skull Ryan.
And I'm Immense Stash. Hello.
And do you want to tell them what well, they would have already read it in the title. Tell them what we're watching today, or what we have watched.
We are finally starting my personal favorite Spidey show. It is the spectacular Spider-Man.
And it is correctly named, dude. This whole show kicks ass. This is definitive to me in how a Spider-Man show should be done. It respects the source material.
It's great.
And gives it a modern spin. Today we watched episode 1.
Perfect modern adaptation.
Yeah. Like even... Well, we'll get into it as we go anyway. Today we've watched episode 1. I think it's called Survival of the Fittest. Which is funny because the main villain is this old-ass man. But he survived, I suppose, so he must have had something going for him.
I do like how a large portion of the episode is Vulture just wanting an apology.
Literally, if Norman turned around and said, "You're right, I'm sorry," what would Vulture do? He'd have to accept it, wouldn't
he? Yeah, it's just funny how he's like, "I never apologized."
Oh, and in an incredible way, that comes back later. They've already sown the seeds.
This episode's great. I mean, it's generally such a good opener.
Yeah, mate.
It establishes everything so efficiently as well. Especially, like, they even establish just who Peter is, right off the bat without wasting any time. And they don't even need to show Uncle Ben dying to, like, give you the hint. They know you, like, they know that you know the origin. It's
exactly,
literally, it does it better than the MCU.
Yeah. The MCU was so confusing with it. But in literally Aunt May's first scene, she's talking to a friend about how they're kind of screwed now that Ben's gone. But she's still going to do her best, put a brave face on for Peter. This show as well,
I love how, like,
thing. I like Aunt May in this show. She's actually nice.
Yeah, and I do like how Peter, like, he tries to sort of pretend or, like, be oblivious towards it all. Like, when he, like, gives, like, he does and then does the fake footsteps.
Yeah.
And he, like, talks to Aunt May like he does in the comics, where he keeps calling her, like, pretty and stuff.
Yeah. Bit flirty with her.
Yeah, it only gets weirder later on, fellas.
well, In Trouble, issue 4. I like how we skip all the origin, of course. He is Spider-Man. Very first scene, he's been Spider-Man for a few months. But because this is his first time going back to school since becoming Spider-Man, he kind of thinks he's Mr. Big Bollocks now, going in, and he's like, everything's going to change. I'm gonna go out with the cheerleader. I'm going to stand up to the bully. And then it just all crumbles immediately. Like,
I do like how they have, like, Sally be the original crush.
Yeah, like in the comic.
Yeah, it's like a nice touch that's, like, always forgotten. What do you think of her voice?
So good at just, like, purposefully annoying. I don't know how Randy gets away with it, like, but I think this show's really good at, like, using characters that wouldn't often get used. Like, Randy Robinson's in, like, 2 episodes of the 90s show. Kong's here, dude, but he's actually alright, because they don't sabotage Flash to boost a Kong.
Yeah?
Like...
They actually made him his own character.
Yeah, mate. It's like it takes elements of the classic Amazing Spider-Man and then takes bits of modern Spider-Man and blends them together actually well, unlike, say...
And then a lot of, like, visual Raimi influence, too.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah, dude. The whole, just like, when you first see Oscorp, and it's like from a distance... It's very much like when you first see Oscorp in the Raimi film and there's, like, the big towers pumping the gas. You know what I mean?
But also, like, there's that one swinging scene they did where uh, like I think it's from Spider-Man 2,
What
and
bit?
it's like almost like they completely took it from Spider-Man 2.
Ooh,
The animation's like one for one.
ooh, nice. I must have missed that bit.
I think it's in the intro as well. I think that's where it's mostly seen.
Ah. What do you reckon of the intro?
I like it. Like the song's iconic. Like I think I really I think what it did unique that I really enjoy was the like character cards.
Yeah. I like how they change as
Like the
it goes
way,
on as well.
but also like like they even how they introduce Peter and Spider-Man separately.
Yeah. That's some clever, crafty visual storytelling, mate.
But like the tune itself is just iconic.
Oh, yeah. It's very fun. Like, let's comparing it to other Spider-Man cartoon openings. They're normally like, oh, oh, he's huge. He's got a spider blood. Like, and Unlimited's as cool as hell, but it's still very whoa. We're in the future. It's sci-fi, but this one feels like the Beatles wrote it or something. It's a very '60s
I
type of
love the
jaunty tune.
I really love how this show has so much just sort of it's like that like almost 20 like late 2000s rock sound.
Yeah, some of the
It's like a
villain
lot of
themes get
fast
sick.
like electric guitar as well whenever Spidey's just like swinging around.
I love it when he's like, he'll do something cool, and the guitar will just be like, bam, bam, now. Like, oh
How I
shit!
Spent My Summer by Peter Benjamin Parker. Down, down,
Oh, it's
down, down,
brilliant way
down.
to introduce it, mate. We got to see Flint Marko and Alex O'Hearn. And this cartoon is absolutely the best representation of Flint Marko we're ever going to get.
I really loved when he's like because he got the spider signal, which again, cool as fuck.
Oh,
Uh, and then doesn't he say like Flint, like as you're like one of my regulars, your opinion
yeah.
matters.
Yeah, he wants to know what Flint specifically thinks because he's the one whose
Yeah,
ass is always going to get kicked by him.
I love the fact that it's got the spider logo. That's just so cool to me. It's like something that shouldn't be forgotten, but they just for some reason it's just gone now.
Yeah. Like, imagine doing a crime and suddenly there's just a flash of red right in your face. You're like, oh shit, he's here.
Imagine like he did
Classic.
it to Daredevil during their first meeting, and he just had no clue what he was like.
The
He just
narration
didn't
box is like,
react.
Daredevil's just like, oh, my temperature went up a slight bit then. What happened there? You know what, as well,
What
mate?
did you think of the designs here?
The designs, let me tell you. Back when this first come out, I was, I think I was about 12, maybe. And I remember not really liking it at the start, like how they look a bit like action figure joints on their arms and that. But
Oh yeah, I do
now,
remember. Yeah, yeah.
now I've got like more knowledge in general. I can see how it plays to some like brilliant fluid motion, and
Oh,
I
like
don't even
some
notice
stuff,
it
like even
nowadays.
the end fights with Green Goblin,
Yeah,
they get like really good with it.
yeah, dude. Even in this one where like he's fighting Fancy Dan and they're flipping all over the place, and it looks boss.
I will say that like I think Vulture's suit is kind of like a good redesign, but at the same time it's a bit weird. I do like when he puts it on how like the lighting's green,
Yeah,
so you kind of get that like, oh my god, it's the classic suit thing again that they love fucking doing.
he does wear something like that in Marvel Knights with the black and the red, and I don't mind it, mate,
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
he has got a shit ton of green villains, not all of which have to be green. Like vultures aren't green in nature, so why is the vulture? I understand it's because comic colors back in the day. You had to know at a glance who the bad guy was, but a few of them.
So I do
Green
like
Goblin
they
can
did
stay green.
the lighting when he turned red. When he put on the black and red costume.
That's a cool reference to how it was green then. It does help him stand out though, but he does look more edgy, which I don't mind for Toombs because firstly he's named after a vulture, which is like a carnivore, like he's gonna eat you. He's gonna kill you and eat your corpse. He's like a psycho.
Uncle Ben would know.
Oh Christ, yeah, dude. So for one of the edgier villains I can see it. But if Mysterio come out in black and red, it'd be like, what's flashy about that? It suits Vulture, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
I think also didn't they get like Freddy Krueger to do the voice?
He did, mate. He's boss. He does a lot of
He's
comic stuff,
great,
you know.
but
He
he's
did
such interviews he did. He was like genuinely so passionate about being the Vulture.
oh, he is to this day what I read the comic voice in when he turns up.
A lot of them, like the people in the show for me are the definitive voices. I love the Norman Osborn voice here. I think it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, mate, he's boss. Is it
It's a
Steve
shame he
Blum?
passed
Or is
away.
he just the Goblin?
I think he's just the Goblin because the Norman
Oh,
actor passed away this year, I think.
shit, did he?
Yeah, but he was
Oh,
he was so good as Norman.
he did. He did smash it.
He had
You
that
can tell,
like
like,
the business sort of that business harsh voice to him as
arrogance
well.
type of yeah. When he's
Yeah,
like, "We're not
don't
apologizing for a
apologize.
thing, too." Yeah, and
Don't
then I loved as
apologize,
well.
Otto. I never do.
I loved how when he was speaking to Peter, he was like, "That's quite an opportunity. I'm very happy for you." And then he's straight away like, "I don't suppose you got invited, Harry."
Yeah,
It's like, whoa. It's like he's friendly with Peter, but then he uses his business voice with Harry.
it's again that's like the Raimi influence shine through a bit.
Yeah,
Um, but I do think it's a good blend of it. Like nowadays, the MCU gets its like the comics influence of the MCU gets it so fucking wrong. Or at least here it was more like balanced out.
yeah. Like the characters in this are well deeper than you'd get normally in a cartoon. Like it looks at a glance like Norman hates his son because he's taking any opportunity to be like, "Oh, you didn't get invited." But later on, he sits Harry down. He tells him, "Listen, here's what you've got to do. Do it." So he does, on some level, care for him. You just don't see it straight away.
It's just like the writing. I love how it's all thought out.
Yeah, dude. Like he
Like
must have had a
like
plan.
everything here.
It all gets
It's just
built
stuff
upon.
that never gets continued.
For example, dude, in this first episode, at the very end, Aunt May says to him, "Listen, I know you're a lovely lad and that, but you need to start respecting my rules." That's going to end up being a big part of the whole season. Like they are setting up even insignificant stuff at the time, getting set up right from the off to get payoff
Yeah,
later.
and it's especially like I think in the next episode, she gets a bit
Yeah,
like upset about the way that he's sort of handling the
he
phone
like
rule.
abuses the yeah. She says like, "If you're going to be late, give me a phone call." But then he's doing it every night, so she's like, "You are taking the piss now, mate." I'll tell you who comes out brilliant in this show, dude. Hammerhead. He's so
Yes, finally some
oh,
hammerhead representation.
he's like he was made for this like secondary role of like well, yeah, second mob boss with aspirations to go to the top. Like his journey throughout the story is sick as well.
I'm guessing they couldn't use Kingpin. I'm guessing.
It's weird, isn't it? Because at the same time, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game could use Kingpin. I
I
really
think it was
don't
more of a thing
understand
of
the.
like they couldn't maybe they just generally couldn't.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because, as we say, he started in Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 50 is Kingpin's first ever appearance in anything. But he is kind of more known now for fighting Daredevil. But at the same time, why can't both? Because, oh, dude, even better example. This is 2008, isn't it?
I think so.
The Spider-Man 3 game from 2007 also had the Kingpin. So is it like TV rights are different from game rights, or so maddening how it's all
Were they
owned by
just
the
like
same
sick of
company?
using him? Or like they're not allowed to?
But it's like, the thing is, with Wilson Fisk, you see him and you think, that's a big man, but nothing suspicious. You see Tombstone and you think, who's this fucking shark in a business suit? When everyone's like, yeah, Mr. Lincoln looks a bit weird, but he wouldn't do any crime. Have you fucking seen him?
He's fucking massive. No, he's constantly like
It's,
doing shady shit as well.
that dude's
Um,
clearly supervillain. Well, Wilson Fisk, you could just say, yeah, he's just a big bald dude. But Tombstone is obviously a fucking baddie by looking at him.
I do
It's just
think the saving grace of the choice of like having to have um Tombstone is just Keith David.
oh, he's incredible, dude.
He like again, it's just the definitive voices are just everywhere here.
Yeah. This
He's
one
just
here,
so good.
this Tombstone, I kind of blame for why we're now putting up with him every 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Because all of a sudden in 616, he's now basically a mini Kingpin himself.
Oh
Instead
yeah,
of just
yeah.
being like his
I mean, like
enforcer.
Zeb Wells definitely just watched
He
this show in the Raimi
abused,
films.
must have done, because all of his plots were just, all his Tombstone ones especially, like currently now, where Tombstone's like, that's not Spider-Man. It's like, how would you know? This version of you, how would you know that that's not Spider-Man just by looking at him? When yous have never really been that close, while the Kingpin would be like, I've fought Spider-Man for so long, I just know. This Tombstone would understand. But the 6161, it's like they kind of want to take Spectacular, make him the new one, but not putting any work in developing him into the Spectacular Tombstone. They just want to point it and go, this is Tombstone now.
It's just annoying too because there's just no real reason as to why he should replace the Kingpin.
Literally.
Like to me, like Tombstone to me's always had like this barrier that he shouldn't really cross. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in charge. 6161's a lunatic. He hasn't got the self-control to do what the Spectacular one's been doing.
He breaks Lonnie's. He breaks Robertson's back in like his origins, like very early appearance.
Yeah. So, like, as you say, he must have just watched Spectacular and Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 and thought, yeah, I've got a grasp on it. Crack on.
What did you
That's not to say.
what did you think
That's,
was
yeah,
sorry?
good. I was just going to say, that's not to say I don't like this Tombstone. I do think he's the best rendition of Tombstone we've had. But he's just not very Tombstone. It's like he's just got his name and his appearance. Everything else about him is Kingpin. They even call him a big man.
But it's also I think what ruins it a bit more is just like how we're talking about like the way that it's influenced so much now.
Yeah, it was cool back here, but trying to copy and paste it into 616 has just went shit.
What's your favorite part of the episode?
I like the bit where he's sneaking around looking for his shoes,
And the
and then
amazing Spider-Man is
yeah, and then he sees Vulture attacking Norman, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And when he's swinging behind him, he says like, "I'm not going to let Harry lose his dad like a lost Uncle Ben," and that again tells you all you
oh
need
yeah.
to know. You don't need to see it. You just need to. They understand that we already know why he's Spider-Man.
And Josh Keaton like just delivers such a good performance. Um I to me I think that Christopher Daniel Barnes and Josh Keaton are almost interchangeable, but if I had to pick one, I do think I'd probably pick Keaton.
Yeah,
Like, if I was forced to have to, like,
I
genuinely think,
understand.
okay, who would I... If I had
If
to have,
someone had a
like, a
gun to your head,
timeless actor,
yeah,
I think I'd just
it
pick
all,
Keaton. Because, like, Keaton can do both, like, ages as well, or
yeah.
eras.
I was just gonna say it all depends on age for me. Like if Peter looks a little bit young, then it's Josh Keaton. But as we saw in Edge of Time, he does an adult Spider-Man just as good.
Oh, he was great in that. He was fucking great. Uh, Whenever, like, Miguel's there, though, that's just Christopher Daniel Barnes to me. He's the definitive Miguel.
Nice. We've
Wait,
got,
what about Josh Keaton and Gabrielle?
oh mate, that is peak casting right there, mate.
He never,
He's
the casting
also
that never was.
he's also my Wally West for some reason. I think
I
it's
can
just because
see that.
he
He's
captures
genuinely such a good voice.
that youthful hero type of vibe. He's just got it smashed out, mate.
And, like, he's even great in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, yeah. And he gets to say
I can't,
ass.
well, I
Web
can't
slinging
imagine, like,
ass.
Capcom 3. I can't imagine it without Josh Keaton. Like, when he does, like, the web strike and then, like, the maximum spider.
Yeah,
It's just not the same without him if you have someone else there. He was the perfect choice to take over from the original guy, like, back in the 90s.
yeah. Well, me and you have often said how it's mental how Marvel have the Kevin Conroy as Spider-Man right there and don't want to use him. Like they've got him in
It's
Cosmic
baffling to me.
Invasion. This is the first time he's played Spider-Man in years because for some reason he played Electro. That's a strange one. But he obviously wants to be Spider-Man again. Let him friggin' do it, Marvel. He's the best voice that you have for him.
He's like also he does like cameo, um, and
Oh,
he's
he's in
genuinely
Invincible,
so
weren't he?
nice. And he did, like the
Oh, the
cameo
website
service.
cameo. Yeah. He also
Yeah, and
cameoed
he
in
genuinely
Invincible
loves it.
as Agent Spider. He even did all
No,
them.
the best
You
thing
read
is
the
the way
meme?
he just loves doing it.
He clearly loves being Spider-Man, so Marvel, let him friggin' do it.
Oh, the memes was funny as well, where he actually swears.
Yeah, yeah. So this is bullshit. You can't ground Spider-Man. We had D. Bradley Baker as Kurt Connors. Now, I'm pretty sure he's the dude they have who always voices animals in video games. Like he was Carnage in the PS1 Spider-Man because he's really good at doing like this weird growl.
Did you like Jonah in this?
I always love Jonah, me dude.
I think this is like a great sort of
Like middle ground.
blend of the Jonas. Like, yeah, it's like he wasn't too much and he wasn't too quiet.
Yeah, he wasn't ridiculous, but he was still clearly Jonah.
Yeah, because sometimes they can easily like lose themselves in that like um in the parody of it all, I guess.
Yeah. We had
So I was happy
Lacey
that like he actually just relaxed.
Yeah. Um, as we say, this just hits all the right spots with the voices. No one's too nuts. Everyone acts like if you'd read the comics, you'd see how they should act. There's no flanderization going on. Like by this point, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 had come out. So you'd love to just see Jonah as this psychopath always screaming at everyone. But no, mate, they controlled themselves. We had the absolute legend that is Clancy Brown in this episode.
Oh yeah. And
Incredible.
they had Biff too for like 2 seconds, didn't they?
Well, I was just going to say, he was in it, but he didn't have any lines. You briefly see Gene the Wolf and Stan Carter talking about how Spider-Man's not really helping, but Stan didn't say anything. I think his first line is in the Rhino episode where he says, let's just pray. No, it's the Sandman one. He says, let's just pray Spidey can handle the freak, which is already starting off with like, oh, he sees these people as freaks, does he?
But
Hmm.
also just the way that they have
In
like the
it.
wolf and Stan there, just they just have them there, and just as like it's so well thought out.
Yeah, mate. He must have sat down before doing anything. He must have sat down, actually read the comics, which is something you don't get nowadays from people doing these shows, and thought everything out. Like Greg Wiseman always says, he has like a bit of a plan, but never an ending planned because in his mind he wants everything to go on forever. Which we kind of saw with Young Justice, where the first 2 seasons were good, and then it immediately went to shit because he just had to keep pushing like every season ends with a tease for the next season. So it just kept going, you know.
Like the MCU.
But maybe that's why it always seems to start off really strong, because he has a plan going in, just not for going out. I've never watched
But
Gargoyles, have you?
no, I haven't. But I wanted to say that with Spectacular, it genuinely sounded like maybe it was like a broader effort. I'm not too sure, but I feel like they had an actual focused idea of what they wanted the show to, be and end and all that.
Yeah.
Because I remember like reading the whole like they had the plans for multiple seasons. They had the plans for uh what was it called? The movies. They wanted to do like TV, like
Oh,
animated films.
yeah, mate. In a
They
perfect
wanted to do
world.
like Death of Gwen. Like Peter and MJ. Fucking like Carnage, probably Cindy. They were on point. Like it was crazy. And typical Marvel's like we're gonna cancel it.
I like the slow build up. Like, as I said before, the kind of like planting seeds now from the beginning. And then by the end, a lot of the stories have been like resolved, but there's more come. If you know what I mean, it's like as it goes,
Yeah.
it's planting more, but they've got a plan for it. Is the best way to say it.
And like everything just feels like it works and it's all like thought out. Nothing feels really out of place in the show. Even in the first episode, nothing felt forced to me.
What did you think of the change of Eddie Brock suddenly being Peter's buddy?
I think they did it better than Ultimate. Like this is just
Oh
a
yeah,
better version than Eminem. Uh, I even appreciate how he's even like got a bulkier design, like 616.
yeah.
The voice is okay. I do like Mo better from The Simpsons
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, dude. Yes,
Um,
definitive Eddie Brock. My health.
but
I
like
thought
I do just think that it's way better than Ultimate Spider-Man.
while I do think it's better, I think that might be probably one of my least favorite kind of blends that they tried to do between Ultimate and Amazing, because it kind of it's better than in 616 where he randomly goes, "Hey, I know you. You're Eddie Brock," and he's like, "Yes." And now I'm gonna kill you. You're like, who the fuck's this guy? While in Ultimate, he's just a piece of shit from the off. They kind of try and make him look reasonable, but he still comes across as a bit of like
Well,
a
because he went to the
weirdo.
same high school, didn't he, as well?
Yeah,
Like he had graduated like a couple years before, or the year before. I can't remember how long ago it was.
it's like they want
But he
us
was
to
like a
think they're
football star there,
close.
wasn't he?
Yeah, I think that's why he's huge. It's like they want us to think they're close, but then at the same time, Peter didn't know he was working at this lab, so they mustn't have spoken a bit. Venom says later how he's always been alone while Peter had his aunt and uncle. So it's kind of like they have drifted off at some point,
But
but
also,
they
you
can
never see
still.
them interact outside of the lab.
True, they never just go hang out, except for the one time where Peter like pushes him through a wall.
But like I do think because obviously they wanted to do Venom.
Yeah,
Um, and I just don't think the 616 story works with a teenage Spidey. You know what I mean?
nah,
Like,
it's
could you
gotta have
imagine
like
if like this like random like 30-year-old has this grudge against a 16-year-old?
yeah, it's a bit thingy in it.
So like yeah, I guess they had to go with the ultimate route just because and they went to Kong, but like, it made more sense for Eddie to have been like a childhood friend.
Yeah, and as we say, they did it better than Ultimate did, where again he's just a creep.
You know, like the fact that he actually tried to get with Gwen and his own roommate was just like, yeah, he was a weirdo.
Oh yeah, that like the Rasta looking guy's just like, oh, you were friends with that day?
It implies that like Eddie had tried to do that with multiple underage people, probably.
Yeah.
The
Well,
fact that
this
he
one,
didn't report it is
what did he say? Silence is culpability. The still though, I don't mind this Eddie, but as you say, they like kind of want us to think they're friends without actually showing it. He's just his mate from the
yeah, because
past.
it focuses more on like Harry
Oh yeah, yeah.
and Gwen.
This speaking of dude, this Harry, what do you reckon of him? He's not as much
Oh
of a bro as the new animated series, of course, but
no,
he's the peak.
I don't think anything will touch that Harry Osborn.
He was so good, dude.
But I do think that like this is a very good Harry. Especially later on, it gets super good with like the drug thing.
They actually
But
do the drug story.
like it's weird. Like I'm usually like I'm sick of the high school like era of Spidey. But then like no matter how many times I watch Spectacular, like this is just great. I don't get how they did it, but like this is great.
Yeah, they actually made it good.
Even like if I got the biggest like fatigue from that era, I could watch this all the time.
I think it's funny later on where like he's arguing with Harry, or like he misses studying with Harry. This is in like episode 2 or 3, or maybe 4 or 5. Anyway, he misses hanging out with Harry, and then Flash is like, "Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You ditched the elder guy in school who actually likes you."
Genius.
This Flash is incredible, dude. Like he's got
Oh,
all the
his laugh,
banter.
mate. No one thinks he's Spider-Man.
And that one line of dialogue sets him up as being the definitive animated Flash. We've seen him for one
Yeah,
scene. He's already bullied Peter and shown admiration for Spider-Man. That's all you need.
it's fucking great.
And
It's
Kong
so
just
good.
stood there.
In like the six one in the 1610, like Kong would probably like help Peter up secretly.
Yeah. Why didn't you use your spider strength? I know you're Spider-Man.
He fucking figures it out.
What does this Gwen see in Pete? She kinda just fancies him because the comics had them together.
I mean, like they try to make her almost like a very nerdy girl, even in like design wise. I mean, because like Gwen Stacy was
Yeah,
always
there's
like
some big
had brains,
specs.
but like they generally try to make her design more like almost like should be overlooked by the other students.
It's like that old stereotype meme in movies where like the librarian lets her hair down and takes off her glasses and everyone's
They
like,
fucking do
oh,
that.
but
They do
they
that later on.
literally do that later. Yeah, season 2 they literally do it. But like yeah, her glasses are huge.
The
She didn't
hoodie,
really do a lot this episode. Yeah, huge
the
oversized
trousers,
hoodie. Yeah, baggy pants.
the
They
hair's
know what
like
they're doing.
tied up differently.
Yeah, but I suppose because
It's
they've
all
been
designed
mates
for that
from
one moment.
yeah, they were plotting. As we say, Greg Wiseman's been plotting this for years. So far,
Then
just
like
based off episode 1, I feel like they're kind of only friends because they've been friends so long. And as you say, Harry's the only other fellow who'll talk to Peter in school, so he kind of stuck with him. Why isn't the minted kid more popular?
He only gets popular when he's on the Goblin Green.
Yeah. And same for Gwen. I feel like they kind of just, so far, they're only friends because they have to be, because before getting bitten, Peter was, again, just like the nerd.
Well, like she doesn't have any options in the school for friends. Like she's got Peter, Harry, and then probably like Miles Warren.
Oh.
I do love the fact that they have him there. And he like already admires like Gwen and Peter.
Oh, yeah, he's a creepy fucking dude.
Do you reckon they would have actually gone full Jackal in this? Do you actually think they would have gone that way,
Oh.
or is that even
I,
too much? Like they would
I
have been like,
like
we're
to
not touching
think,
that.
I like to think they would have, because this is like, obviously, fucking love this show. This is the show where if I could have any cartoon back, it would be this. Even with modern Greg Weisman, I'd still be like, yeah, it's more Spec Spider-Man. And I would trust this show to do the darker aspects, like Gwen dying, Sin Eater, and the Jackal stuff. I think they'd at least give it a good go.
I
All
do
I
think
know
they'll
is
probably
one
do
of
the
the
Clone Saga better, like the original Clone Saga.
yeah, one of the proposed movies was Summer Break in Florida, where the lizard comes back.
Oh
Spoilers for
yeah,
an
the
episode coming
fucking
up. There's a
Florida
lizard,
house.
and I could see
Will
that because
Morbius be there?
oh, if they're doing straight to DVD movies, they don't have to follow guidelines for like kids WB, so they could probably get
Oh
away
wait,
with
so
a
they
bit
could
more darker
genuinely
stuff.
just yeah, that'd be sick.
Even now, though, as it is, the cartoon's got crime. Obviously, no. Well, they do actually have drugs, but it's not called drugs. There is death, obviously, so I can see them getting away with a fair bit.
I love I know it's much later on, uh during like when Harry's on like the substance,
Oh,
and then doesn't he go like maybe I got an attitude problem or something like that?
yeah. And like he looks through the. Oh no, that's a different bit. But yeah, I
Oh
know what you mean. Yeah, where he's like taking a piss out of his dad. But there's another bit where like he looks through the vial and like his face looks like the Green Goblin on the other side. It like this quality storytelling, dude. We're gonna
the
smash through
best
this
part about
cartoon,
this
mate.
show is literally how like we'll watch one episode, but it's just we already know it so well and love it so much that
Yeah,
we just branch off into every episode.
yeah, mate. We're like, oh, dude, that was setting up this scene later. And, oh,
It's
I'm
so
excited
good
to
though.
crack
Like, I
on.
can't believe how good this show is.
It's just the best, mate.
Like you
They
know how
actually,
people say like read Ultimate Spider-Man as like as a starting point.
yeah,
I genuinely think that if like it's almost more acceptable to go like watch this show first.
yeah. This is. I would say this show is better than the Ultimate Spider-Man comic.
Yeah, because then you also get like characters who you would never expect, like fucking Foswell.
Yeah, Foswell did. Can you believe Tombstone stole his name, mate? The big man of crime. That was Big Freddy.
Wait, did they have was the Crime Master? Did they have the Crime Master in this? I can't remember.
Sadly, no, because we've yet to have him adapted, and he's got the coolest mask.
This would have literally been the perfect show for that.
This show does the gang war stuff so well. It's mostly in season 2, but like this first season's kind of like the supervillains rising, and these are now we're only just seeing these kind of freaks like Spider-Man coming out. And then season 2's like, well, how would this affect the world as we know it?
I really do like how it's condensed as just a Peter as well.
Yeah,
Like I do think that sometimes uh the solo universes just sometimes feel a bit nicer
I do agree. Makes it more like
because then it makes more sense as well
streamlined.
for like how earth shattering it is.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
In
like how in the 616, it's so stupid when a civilian's like, "I just saw an alien. I can't tell anyone. They'll think I've gone crazy." I'm like, "Really? Really?
meanwhile, friggin'
You just
quasars on
talked
the
to
Avengers.
fucking Thor." It's
Yeah.
like, you know, you just Thor was in your precinct, but aliens is too far?
Or they're like, hey, get out of here, mutants. Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Grimm. How are you today, sir? It is. I think the X-Men specifically should have their own universe because it's just so stupid how everyone loves the Fantastic Four and hates the X-Men when there is no difference.
Yeah. Yeah, if the Thing was born like that, he'd be crucified by now.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like a space, you know, in the spaceship, it makes it fine.
You know what the Green Goblin says in Spider-Man 1, where he says, like, there's 8 million people in this city, and most of them only exist to rise the exceptional few onto their shoulders. You and me, we're exceptional. Like, that makes the whole solo universe thing fit. If it's only Spider-Man characters, our only line of defense is Spider-Man. So, holy shit. You better hope he
Oh yeah, and like
wins.
if Spidey actually joined forces with like the Goblin, they would be screwed.
Who is stopping him? There's no Iron Man around. There's no Thor to bash him in. And but then we also get the sick Easter eggs, mate. Like Namor finding the mask and Jack Murdock getting his leg broken by Bonesaw.
Wicked
In the
Jack.
comic,
Oh, that was the best one.
in Daredevil 200, in a flashback, Jack's embarrassed to have been a wrestler for one night. Wow, the Raimi movies got him as a professional.
I can't feel my leg.
No. And like Hank Pym was at Doctor Octopus's show.
The Punisher during the in the
Oh yeah,
background.
Punisher walks past Mary Jane. Mate. That back in the day would be like, holy shit! But now we're like, oh, it's just setting up the next movie.
Do you think like the Punisher was like thinking of actually trying to stop MJ in that instance? Like, was he trying to determine whether she was just a criminal?
Punisher's a Black Cat fan, so he's like, back in the Jameson hires Punisher to take down that cheating bitch.
Mate, fucking, I do love just how even the building was like the Raimi Daily Bugle,
Oh yeah, the flying. Yeah, mate.
and didn't they have like similar newspaper, like similar office, similar framed
The
newspaper? Like
setup, yeah.
genuinely, there was so much
Jonah's office, like at the end of at the end of the newsroom.
for ages,
Because
mate. Like it's when I was growing up, I genuinely thought that was the Daily Bugle building.
yeah, when I found out it was like a real landmark, I was like, holy shit! The it's mad looking at this cartoon as like a time capsule type of thing. Because obviously the biggest thing at this point was Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. That's all we'd have. That's all we could like draw from that, and obviously the comics back before they
And like,
went to utter total shit.
well, the Black Suit Saga as well. This was like the continuation of that same sort of
Oh yeah,
trope from the
dude.
'90s.
His costume in the Black Suit Saga in the first episode is literally the Raimi suit.
I do love the progression though in the black suit.
It's the best way to do it, dude. I would just start. You can see it taking him over. Insomniac's second game tried doing something similar, didn't they? Where it goes like when you find out it's an alien, it goes all like wrinkly, like fleshy,
Yeah, he gets like
and
pissed
then
off.
yeah, it's like it starts off looking like body armor, which why is Spider-Man in body armor? I've never liked that. Then it goes all fleshy looking when he realizes it's alive. But then he's like, "Yeah, it's an alien, but it totally helped me stop the lizard." Woo. Yeah, but you destroyed a
Uh,
signpost in your big dinosaur fight. Sorry.
Speaking of, mate, I love Dr. Kurt Connors in this. Even when like Peter goes to shake the fake hand, and he just like he still lifts up his normal hand, and it's just so awkward between them.
Literally, the first scene we see of him, he's already messing with his serum.
Man, I got a feeling that like they never like Curtis and Martha just never really liked Peter.
Yeah, they just wanted Gwen, didn't they?
Yeah, they kind of like they didn't really. I mean, I know like Peter bailed, but they kind of always gave Gwen more of like the benefit of the doubt.
He turned up with no shoes. Do you reckon Peter's only there because Eddie said, like, oh, dude, you gotta hire Peter Parker, he's my bro?
They gave him a shot and then just instantly
That,
like regretted it.
yeah, it's literally episode 2, I'm pretty sure, where they're like, Peter, what the fuck? Maybe that's like, that's my new, like, headcanon that now. I think he's only there because Eddie backed him up, which is what makes it sting so much later when he just turns on them. Like, Eddie's been in the background fixing shit that you wouldn't even know about.
It does get messy though when they just see the tiny like photos by Peter Parker.
Yeah. Why didn't he just ask to fucking not put his name on it? You can do that.
Do you like it more when Peter doesn't take the photos and like makes it so like no one knows?
I think it is a bit risky in a secret identity way of him being Spider-Man's premier photographer. It's okay if Jameson knows and he can be like, go get this supervillain, I think Spider-Man will show up. He wrote his book, didn't he? Was it called Webs? Which was full of his pictures. Him putting his name so close to Spider-Man might make some people think, do you reckon it's him? But then you get shit like in Raimi 1, where the Goblin's like, who takes the pictures of Spider-Man? And then it's like, look on the fucking front cover, Norman. It says, photo by Peter Parker.
Do you
What do
think
you
he was
reckon of
just
it?
like too high off like the fucking formula?
He was just fuming after the Macy's Day Parade. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't read this. I'm angry.
Sleep.
What do you reckon? Do you think, like, because he's not doing it for fame, he's doing it for money?
It's kind of like in a shitty position because again, like May desperately needs cash in this. Like, she's going homeless. Like, let's be real. Like, they're going to
Yeah,
be on the street if he doesn't like find a way to properly help.
yeah.
So it is like a rough situation. Like, if you were them, would you have been like, it's give him like the second chance?
If I was Jonah,
If you were Kurt and Martha,
oh, I'd have probably, well, you want to sound nice, don't you? So I'd have probably seen he turned up without shoes and thought, shit, this kid's poor as hell. I'll let him off. But after the lizard thing, which we'll get into in episode 3, after the lizard thing, I'd been like, you little fucker, you're gone. It is quite the betrayal of trust how he doesn't, like, obviously we know he's doing the right thing and saving them. But to them, it looks like he ran off to get photos instead of ringing the police or someone to help.
it. Do you think they handled the Parker luck well?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like I said before, with the Sally Averill thing, like, he boosts himself up. He's thinking, this is it. Let's go change my destiny. And then he gets shot down right away. But it does turn around, obviously. What did you think?
I think that this show like doesn't go over the top, which is I'm so happy that it doesn't
The
because
Dan Slott Parker look is ridiculous. And
like
this
anything
does it
modern
with the
like
balance.
he literally just gets treated like shit and they keep going like, oh, the Parker luck. It's like, man, not
Yeah.
really.
It should be like a give and take thing, shouldn't it? Like, for example, he loses his shoes, but in doing that, he spots the vulture before he can kill Norman. So it's like, what
You gotta have balance.
negatively affects Peter? Yeah. What negatively affects one of his identities should benefit the other. Like, he might miss his dinner, but he's out with Black Cat, so it's like, ooh, balances.
It's
Or
like you can't just constantly have shit. Or you know what I hate? I hate the trope where he's like happy for maybe 2 days straight, and he's like, you know what happens next when I'm happy, and then everything goes to shit again.
yeah, again, do the Dan Slott way.
I
Yeah, he
hate that
becomes a
trope so much.
scientist, but then the Hobgoblin attacks his workplace. It's stupid. We got a lot of villains introduced in episode 1. Like, we got Vulture and the Enforcers, we got Hammerhead and Tombstone, and we got Norman and Doctor Octopus already, mate.
And then Flint and O'Hara, but there's
Oh
just
shit, yeah.
thugs.
Flint
I
and
do like how
O'Hare,
they
dude.
start off as thugs
Yeah,
and then
Common
evolve.
Crux. Yeah, dude. Is like, as I said before, Sandman in this is incredible. It's my favourite version of Sandman. But even Rhino as well, you see why he despises him so much.
Do you like the change of Rhino to have like O'Hearn?
O'Hearn instead of he's never Russian anymore, is he? He's been Russian in like the
Insomniac
game,
did
and that's it.
yeah.
That's literally like I didn't watch the 2017 one, but I think he's just some kid who drinks a potion or something. Ultimate did it
That
dead
was in the
stupid.
Ultimate
Yeah,
did the potion thing, didn't
yeah, yeah. He's just a student who turns into a rhino. It's like what the fuck. Why does it's? I don't mind O'Hearn, but why so many Spider-Man villains Russian? He's got
they?
more Russian
I mean, there's a
villains than
lot.
I. For Christ's sake.
I mean, his first villain was a communist spy. So, like,
Yeah. But it's a
do you
change
think
that
like
works here.
Chameleon? Do you think Chameleon was like before he first fought Spidey? He thought he was going to go like straight to the top. He's like, I'm a
Yeah.
communist spy. I'm gonna take over the world, and then it just went to shit from there.
He's like, listen, I'm infiltrating the Baxter building. I'm clearly a fantastic 4-level threat. And then 15-year-old Peter on his first adventure swings in and kicks his ass. Clown, mate.
Do you feel bad? Do you feel bad for Chameleon?
No, he deserves it. Little cretin.
It's, I,
Literally,
it's such a
he's
loser, dude.
the only the only positive I can give Chameleon is that he's got a cool older brother. It's like you put up with him to hang out with his cool brother.
It's fucking sad, dude. It's like, do you reckon like Craven ever just sort of like try to kill Chameleon himself?
That should have been his like ultimate goal after all his training. Should have said to Chameleon, "There's £1,000,000. Go hide anywhere on Earth, and I'll find you." And then slaying chameleons, what makes him into Craven the Hunter? It's like his passing exam.
What would be like Craven's hunt for that shit?
He's he just goes to like where would Chameleon want to go if he could go anywhere, mate? He is gay Chameleon, isn't he? Like he actively says to Spider-Man once that he's in love with him. So I'm trying to think where, like, what's the LGBT capital of the
No,
world?
wait. Have you seen like one of the last seasons of Sopranos?
Nah, nah,
Oh, okay, spoilers. There's a character named Vito, and he's secretly gay, and they're
oh,
doing like drops at this one club that's I think it's all gay people.
yeah.
And he's there, and they're like, "Oh, like they're like, what the fuck, Vito?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just a joke." And now in my head, I'm like, that would so be Craven and Chameleon.
Yeah, but I'm not enjoying it. It's
It's a joke.
Kraven's just like, mate. Come on.
That's literally what it would be, dude. That's genuinely Oh my god, someone needs to put Craven and Chameleon's faces over that.
Yeah, that's where I'd find Chameleon.
He's just like so like he just stares at him the whole time.
He just like catches his gaze from like across the room. He's just like, oh, is that Chameleon? Well then, dude.
What episode are you looking forward to the most?
The Black Suit Saga, I think. Just because it feels like its own movie. Like it's 3 parts. Not only do we get the Sinister Six for the first time in animation history, because the other gang were the Insidious Six. It's just a brilliant story in itself. And it uses Spider-Man's origin in a genius way.
I mean, I do love the way they've just incorporated so much into that Sinister Six like Black Suit Saga. They even did the Aunt May like getting a heart attack.
Yeah. And she wasn't faking it for once.
No, I'm one episode that I've always liked, if we're keeping it even on the symbiote theme, is when Venom tries to show everyone like that he's Spidey,
Oh, yeah,
that
mate.
Peter's Spider-Man, and they
That one
fight
is.
outside the school.
Yeah. That one's boss. That is raw Ultimate Spider-Man vibes, that one. But the people have been saying for years, haven't they? Why doesn't Venom just go and tell Jonah Jameson that he's Spider-Man? Have you ever seen that? I think it was from 4chan. There's like a response where Venom tells Jameson that Peter's Spider-Man, and Jonah's like, "Yeah, no shit, Brock. But I've been using him this whole time to make him like the man he is." And it put Jonah in like a sick light. I'll send you it. I'll find it on the internet.
That's crazy. I
Venom
never thought they'd
4chan
actually give Jonah
Jameson.
like.
Where is it? Ah, they are. Hang on, I'll read it out because it'll come across better on the audio, obviously. So it's Venom. And he goes, Jameson, you have to believe me. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And then Jonah, it's got a picture of J.K. Simmons as Jonah with the ciggy in his mouth. And he goes, yeah, I know. What, you thought I didn't know? Kid walks in, baggy clothes and a bunch of posing shots he couldn't have possibly taken of anyone but himself. Of course it's him, but I'm not going to tell him. Men this day and age don't take the initiative and have the drive they used to. Girls break their heart, and what do? Post about it on FaceSpace or my twits.
Oh my god, that's so Jonah.
In walks a kid trying to make a difference and some change, and you think I'm just going to pat him on the back? Hell no. Men crave competition and an adversarial force to chase them on. I give the kid the work, so he gives the city results. You tell a kid he's doing well and he gets bored. A Spider-Man can't get bored. It's nearly finished. And then he goes, you, on the other hand, are what happens when everyone tells you you're going to be great and it doesn't pan out. You had nowhere to go but down, and down you did. Is that thing even sanitary? You gave up after one case and got freaky with space goo. What sort of Fabergé ego did you have? I don't tell. He's rinsing it. I don't have to tell Parker I believe in him to get him to be a hero. You needed approval to keep yourself from going insane. Who's the real man of integrity? And then he goes, now get out of my office. I've got tomorrow's headline to pick, and you were fired 8 years ago.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Got him in, dude. If this was canon to Jameson.
That's fucking sick, dude. I generally like there's moments where Jameson's actually really sick, but the fact that this just came from 4chan makes it so much funnier.
How do these people get it more than like modern writers do? I say modern, this was from...
It's actually sad. How like so many of them just don't.
2000 and I think 8 or 2010 that was posted. Sunday, June 10th, so June 10th. Or it doesn't have an actual year, but yeah.
It's insane, dude. It's like I mean, so that's like fucking funny anyway. But just the way he was just rinsing him the entire time.
That's
I
all
mean,
it
like,
takes. That's
surely,
what it should
like,
be.
if Jameson's meant to be like this, old, like, really good reporter back in his day, surely he would
Yeah,
have some sort of like, Peter Spidey,
yeah, I'd have an
like
idea.
clue.
It's like in
Yeah,
superhero
surely.
movie, dude. It was like, this is clearly you. No, see, this is
Yeah.
this is
Well,
us
it's like,
together.
you're the
Huh?
dragonfly. Now that's photography.
Sorry, we share the room with an insane asylum.
Hamburgers can see the future.
Do you reckon this Jameson would have eventually molded into like an ultimate Jameson, where he finds out it's Peter and starts backing him up?
I could see that. I honestly wish that they had a moment in like Ultimate Spider-Man um, where Jameson, when like he has that sit down with Peter.
Yeah, offers to pay for his college and that.
I wish they had that sort of moment, but like I do appreciate how they did the Raimi thing where Jameson tells Peter to go out the exit.
Yeah,
It's
the
like, I don't know
rhinos
who you're
got
talking
hold of
about.
him,
Like,
don't he? Yeah, it's like
yeah,
pictures come by the mail, and he's like gesturing to Peter to get the hell out of here.
yeah, that's nice. I do like when they do that
Hey.
stuff.
And then I know we always, well, I always moan specifically about like how shit the MCU is, but then having MCU Jameson, bring him back J.K. Simmons just to make a joke out of him, and have him sitting in his undies in like this green screen newsroom. Why the hell do that?
Especially because Jameson's so like when he's written well.
Oh, he's such a good character.
But it's just a shame that it's never really like explored upon anymore. Even now, Jameson's a bit shit in the comic.
Literally, like, what the hell's he doing nowadays? Does he still know that Peter's Spidey?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I've not seen him in it for a bit. I think he was last I saw. I've not really read the current run, but last I saw, he was messaging Aunt May to get together and discuss why Peter's suddenly a dickhead.
I do like that one. I think Dan Slott even wrote it, to be honest.
Hmm.
Where it might have been one of his last stories. Um, Peter's like it was like at a funeral, and he runs off to be Spidey, but I think he drops like his tie and like parts of his suit on the ground,
Yeah,
and then Jameson's like puffing and puffing as he cleans up behind him,
he could have
and
become
does
like
like
his
this
Alfred.
like yeah,
Yeah, suits in the trunk,
they just
sir.
didn't though. They just didn't do it though.
They just like everything else. They've bottled it. Spidey in space could have
It's
been
a
cool
shame.
as well, but they've just. It
I
is.
just saw much dialogue within that 4 chapter.
Coming up next time, dude, we've got what is perhaps the most comic accurate adaptation of Electro.
And they even hint towards it as well, doesn't like I think Martha says something like electrifying while he's there.
Yeah,
I can't
because
wait.
as we've seen, cartoons just go wild with Electro. I got a comment that opened my eyes the other day about like the new animated series had him as like a ghost, and the
Yeah.
animated series had him as like a super Nazi. And I got this comment saying it's because his name doesn't really lock him in to a set role. Like you hear Doctor Octopus, and he's got to be a doctor with more limbs than normal. But you hear Electro, and there's a bit more room to play about with what that means. But
That's
this,
a fair point.
yeah, while this show actually does do like more or less a comic max, still don't give him his sick costume though.
They still do that thing of like, where they do the sort of, well, we kind of did the design,
Yeah,
but it's not quite the starfish.
I think it's funny how Electro in the comics as well as kind of like he could pass as a normal dude. He's not like Doctor Octopus where you gotta hide your arms and shit. If he could walk into the street and you wouldn't know that's Electro till he powered up, unless he's got the stupid scars which I hate. But in Spectacular, he is also like a freak.
Yeah, I do love the scene though where it's like, he's in the coffee shop.
Yeah, you do understand him, like why he's so pissed off at it. Can't even have a
Even when
cup of
Eddie's like,
coffee.
at least you can watch the sports game. He's like, and he just like starts freaking out again.
He's like, is this funny to you?
Yeah.
Boss mate, we'll have a cheeky bit of that next time. Overall, IMDb ranks this episode as an 8 out of 10. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I think it's very solid. I wouldn't say it's like an average thing or, like decent at best. I think it's like genuinely
Yeah.
pretty really good.
Yeah, as we
What
said
about you,
before,
mate? What would you give it?
I'd give it more than 8, mate. I'd probably put it around 9.5 because there's no real flaws I can see in it. As a first episode, it establishes everything it needs to establish. Spot on. And it's just cool as hell. Spider-Man, dude.
I love how they have the Vulture as well. As like his first villain, considering in the comics he was almost basically the first villain.
Yeah, he was the first villain to come back as well.
Yeah,
First
I mean,
one to have
the
like the
chameleon
rematch.
sucks.
Oh god, get him out of there, dude. But yeah, Vulture sounds like an actual ideal candidate for that transition between street thug and supercrime. Because he is a normal guy, he's just got some hardcore technology. We also had the Enforcers, which put up a bit more of a fight, but they were more like elite grunts rather than super threats
I really
themselves.
appreciate the fact that they were there though.
Yeah, mate. And obviously, Montana later on becomes a bit of a bigger character.
I think that's we've covered pretty much all we could.
Can't
Where
wait
would you
for
rank this episode so far on the watch along?
So far on the watch along, number one gotta be.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Uh, I mean,
Very
maybe
tight.
next
Yeah.
week. It's a close call, mate. It's 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 tighter than Peter before Skip had to go.
Oh, oh god, oh god.
Oh,
Poor fella.
it's looser than Foggy's wife. Gotta
Oh, fuck
get the
yeah.
references in.
It's closer than battling Jack's kneecaps after he fought Crusher Bonesaw.
I still think if I had the money, I would purchase the rights from Disney and just make more because this is the apex of Spider-Man cartoons.
And the fact that it probably won't get continued ever is just so depressing.
I know it's mental. You can kind of see how other stuff have been influenced by this going on. Like basically the whole Electro thing next episode gets recreated in the movies, which would have been about 5 years after this, 2014 and 2008. So 6 years. Uh, even stuff like trying to think. Well, the Vulture wasn't really like him in the MCU.
I mean, I think this Vulture's even just. I mean, I think a lot of things. I think this is probably what the MCU wishes it was.
True. It's got the connections without any of them messing around. For example, dude,
Yeah, they.
in the comic, Vulture does get betrayed by a business partner, but it's just some random dude. While in this, ties it back into Spider-Man double, basically, by making it Norman who screws him over. Also, I thought it was cool how they talk about Osborn making tech flight, which of course later becomes
Oh
his
yeah, yeah.
glider. Yeah, mate, it's the glider later, and he steals Toombs' technology for his glider.
It's crazy. Like literally, they think of so much.
Already showing Otto getting bullied as well by everyone. He's like a bit more bookish, not like the Chad Alfred Molina.
And they build up that sort of relationship between him and Norman.
Yeah, already telling him what to do. Don't you dare. He doesn't go, Otto, mate, you don't have to apologize. He goes, Otto, don't you dare apologize.
Really, I
Misery.
never do.
I never do. Brilliant start to the, nearly said game then, to the series.
What did you think of it, Craig?
Now watching. Watching us or watching the show,
Uh,
Craig? I think Craig's more of an 2017 Spider-Man fella.
yeah, he seems it with the way he says now recording.
Yeah. Now Skype
It gives me the
loved
ick, mate.
Spectacular. Remember when we'd do the 90s show and Skype would chime in and be like, dude, how sick was the lizard in episode 1? We'd be like, yes,
I
Skype,
miss Skype every
get it.
day. As soon
Oh,
as
of
we
course,
started
Skype.
like using it, they had to shut it down.
Yeah. Discord is literally a villain in Spider-Man 2099, but he's
I
so
love how
shit.
they shudder. They shudder at the mere mention of Discord.
But he's so shit that Gabriel takes him down. Darn. Now Skype would have took a full fucking Avenger team to take down me.
He would have taken 90 Spidey to,
Oh,
even have a chance of being defeated.
and he couldn't even punch. Spidey would have dodged out of Discord's way and he'd have punched like a power grid and got shocked out.
He would have just webbed them and then thrown him.
And then it would have reused animation of a lab all of a sudden.
Yeah. The same music just playing over and over again.
You can't hear the dialogue because music's blaring. Oh, ledge. I'm glad we finally started on Spectacular though, because as we say, it is the peak, as the kids say, of Spidey cartooning.
It's great.